Welcome back, everyone. We are live here with you for another series. It's Series 126. As we move along, we have another juicy matchup for you. The last three series have gone 7 games, so we've been on a good streak here of some exciting baseball action. Again, our game engine are the Park Baseball 20. And we got two new teams for you, two rivals. Let's see who the Magic Wand has given us this time. And we're going to start with a modern team just 2 years ago. It's Joe Maddon's 2017 Chicago Cubs. I'm sure everyone's familiar with this team. They won the NL Central a year after they won it all in Chicago, 92 wins for them, and a lot of the main characters are back. You can see here Chris Bryant led the team in WAR with 295 average, 29 home runs. Kyle Schwarber hit 30 home runs, but only batted .211. Madden used him in leadoff a lot that year. Rizzo led the team with 109 RBI, 32 home runs, got on base at a .392 pace. Wilson Contreras had a breakout year with 21 home runs and a .276 average. Addison Russell fell out a little bit. He had some personal issues during the season. Jason Hayward, a little bit of a bounce back year, .259 with 15 doubles. And Javier Baez, 23 home runs, 75 RBIs, .273. Really a breakout year also for Baez. As the Cubs lineup that won it all, pretty much still all there and doing quite well. Their pitching still had the aces that they won it all with. John Lester, 13-8 with the .433. John Lackey was back in his final season, 12-12. And Jake Arrieta, he fell off a little bit, but was still 14-10 with a .353. And Kyle Hendricks, as well as Jose Quintana, who was part of a late season trade, part of that rotation. Wade Davis, the closer, had a decent year, saved 32 games, 4-2. Striking out 79, Carl Edwards Jr., Pedro Strop, some of the other names in the pen, as well as Hector Rondon. So the Cubs, as you remember them, still a playoff team. They made it all the way to the NLCS, where they lost to the Dodgers pretty handily, 4-1. Theo Epstein's team still producing, although there were some cracks in the armor here for the 17 Cubs that eventually brought them a little bit of grief. The Dodgers beat them in the NLCS, so the Cubs, to their luck, did get drawn with the Dodgers team, albeit this one a lot earlier. It is the 2006 Dodgers, who were led by Grady Little. Not a bad team at all. They were 88-74, second in the NL West. Maybe a Dodger team or era you kind of forgot about. With Jeff Kent still on this team, up there in age, but also Nomar Garcia-Parra playing on this team, 20 home runs, 93 RBIs, maybe one of his last productive years. Andre Ethier at .308 with 11 home runs. They had Rafael Furcal at the top of that lineup, Russell Martin doing his job at catcher. J.D. Drew drove in 100 runs with 20 home runs. Also scored 84 runs, Furcal with 113. Wilson Betterment here, as well as a 39-year-old Kenny Lofton, who did play in 129 games and did steal 32 bases. So some age here in the Dodger lineup, but still some production. The pitching, Derek Lowe, 16-8, decent ERA, along with Brad Penny, who also won 16 games. You have Aaron Seeley and Chad Billingsley, and a 40-year-old Greg Maddux on the roster in his final season. I don't know how much Maddux we'll see, but interesting name to have there. Takashi Saito, the closer with 24 saves. Brett Tomko and Jonathan Broxton, also part of this pen. So obviously not the wholesale names you're used to seeing on a Dodger team, but with Nomar and Ken and Furcal and Lofton, you definitely got some talent, albeit maybe past their best days. Still, this Dodger team managed to win 88 games, and I think they'll put up a formidable fight against the 17 Cubs. Looking at the series, the Cubs with a better record by a little bit are going to be the home team for the duration of the start of the series, games 1 and 2, before we head out to Chavez Ravine. Game 1 is going to produce a matchup between Derek Lowe and John Lester. Lester always a bulldog when it comes to postseason series, so we'll see how he does here. So our series is ready to go. Series 126. It's always exciting when the Cubs play the Dodgers. It is the 2016 for the LA Dodgers against the 2017 Chicago Cubs. Let's see where things go and how this series plays out. We've been on a roll of exciting ones. Let's see how we do with Series 126 coming up. Let's head out to Dodger Stadium to get the first pitch of this upcoming series. So it's game 1 from Wrigley Field, Chicago, and we are in the bottom of the first with Ian Happ up there and a man on. And Happ is going to line this one down the right field line with the runner on. Jay is going to head to third. Jay is going to round third and score, and Ian Happ with an RBI triple here in the first inning. The Cubs get on the board here 1-0 against the Dodgers. Here's Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo will lift the base hit to right field, and it's 2-0 Cubs. The Cubs off to a quick start. Rizzo with an RBI here in the first inning. We'll move all the way to the 7th inning now. The Cubs holding on here 4-0, and John Lester has been pitching a gem here, a shutout, a 2-hitter. He faces Garcia Parra here in the 7th, and Nomar goes to deep center field, way back to the wall. Home run to center field, Garcia Parra to cut the lead to 4-1 and end the shutout. A big blow for Nomar. We'll move to the 8th now, still a 4-1 game, and we got Justin Wilson in relief, facing Wilson. Betterment, and there's a ground ball. That's going to be a double play. So that rally is over. We'll move bottom of the 8th. Addison Russell here against O'Bemel. And Russell's going to go into the gap. That ball will get down. So a leadoff extra base hit here for Addison Russell. He ends up at second base. Another hit for the Cubs. They've swung it well. It's their 13th hit. And we'll move to the 9th inning. It's 4-1. Nomar Garcia Parra up there with with one out. Wade Davis, the pitcher, and that's ripped down the just fair, hits the chalk left field line. Nomar heads to second with another hit, a double. That one just fair. 2 outs now with Nomar still on second. Jeff Kent, the hitter. And Kent will hit it to second. Play's going to be made there. Zobrist makes it, and the Cubs win game 1, 4-1. To take a 1-0 series lead. This all behind John Lester, who pitched brilliantly here in game 1. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, only 1 earned run on the Garcia Parra home run. Derek Lowe pitched well, but did allow 12 hits. If you consider that pitching well, he get knocked around a little bit. Nomar 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. But the Cubs put 2 up in the first inning, including a Rizzo single. Added another run later. Another couple later, actually, and made it a 4-0 score, and they would hold on, 4-1 final. Wade Davis closing things out in the 9th, and again, the hero really being John Lester, who pitched a heck of an opening game. So the Cubs really produce in game 1, pitching-wise at least, and take what they need at home. Game 2 now, and we got a surprise starter here for the Dodgers. I wasn't expecting this, but 40-year-old Greg Maddux is going to take the mound for the Dodgers against Kyle Hendricks. 2 very similar pitchers. 2 pitchers compared to one another often. But it'll be interesting to see here, very interesting to see Maddux go back to Wrigley Field at 40 years old. Grady Little rolling the dice here to start Maddux here in game number 2. So with the Cubs up 1-0, let's see if things change in game number 2 at Wrigley Field. We'll head out there live and catch up with the action. Game 2 between the Dodgers and the Cubs. Game 2 from beautiful Wrigley Field. We have Kyle Hendricks on the mound here in the great pitching matchup between him and Maddox. We are in the 4th inning. Andre Ethier at the plate. And Ethier is going to line a single to left field. Runners on first and second, nobody out. And Jeff Kent, the hitter for the Dodgers. Kent's going to hit it to third. Play made at second, relay to first. That's a double play. So a twin killing with the runner moving to third base, but nothing doing for the Dodgers. And we're going to move to the 6th inning. What a pitching matchup we have between the protege and the teacher. It's Hendricks and Maddox in a pitching duel, 0-0. We are in inning number 6. J.D. Drew, the hitter. Drew's going to hit one deep to left field. That's got the distance all the way to the wall. Home run, J.D. Drew. The Dodgers are going to take the lead here in Game 2, 1-0. Drew breaks the deadlock. We'll move now bottom of the 6th. Greg Maddox pitching a one-hitter, folks. Javier Baez at the plate. Baez goes deep. That could be gone. All the way to the wall and left. Home run. Javier Baez El Mago with the solo shot. We are tied at 1. The shutouts broke on both ends. And we're going to have now another hitter. Ian Happ up there with Chris Bryant on first. 2 outs. Happ's going to line this one past the third baseman on the shift. So it's going to be runners on first and second with 2 outs for Anthony Rizzo. Maddox delivers. Rizzo goes to first. A nice play there. Garcia Parra with a nice play at first base, and that will end the frame. We're still tied at 1. 7th inning for Russell Martin to lead it off. Martin's going to single to left field. The Dodgers catcher gets on there. And the Cubs make a change. Koji Uehara, the new pitcher, against Maddox, who's going to hit for himself and put down the bunt. It's a good one. Runner advances to second. Maddox shows his skills with the bat. And here's Rafael Furcal with the go-ahead run on second base. Line drive to third. Nice play down there by Bryant to throw the man out. Marlon Anderson, the hitter now, with 2 out. Anderson will go to second. That play is going to be made there. Baez makes it as we hit the stretch at Wrigley Field. Game tied at 1. 8th inning. Garcia Parra up there. 1 out. Nomar goes deep to center field. That's going to get down. Garcia Parra with a double here in the 8th inning. So the Dodgers with a chance here late in this very well-played game. Ethier, the hitter, with 1 out. Justin Wilson, the Cubs pitcher. This is going to be a line shot to right field. That's going to get down. Nomar's going to round third. He's going to try to score. He will get there. 2-1 Dodgers on the RBI single by Ethier. And it is now 2-1 as Ethier's at second and Wilson Bennett is at the plate. Carl Edwards has come in the pitch. Bennett goes back with the pitch up the middle. A base hit. Throw to the plate's going to be late. The Dodgers play 2 here in the 8th inning. It is 3-1 now. Here's Kyle Schwarber as Maddox continues to pitch here late in this ball game. Schwarber goes with a little dribbler. That's going to be a tough play. He beats it at first base, so an infield hit for Schwarber. And Baez representing the tying run at the plate. Baez will pop this one up, however. That'll be playable. Play's going to be made there. Furcal has it. And John Jay at the plate. Jay's going to line a shot to third. Play lunging as Betterment makes it. Nicely done there. We'll move to the 9th inning. Julio Lugo leading it off. 3-1 Dodgers. Lugo hits a liner. That's going to drop for a hit into right field. 2 outs now. Anderson on first. J.D. Drew, the hitter. This one's going to be lined in the hole. That's a base hit. And a little bit of a bobble there in the outfield is going to allow a runner to advance. Hayward makes the error, so it's second and third here. Bases loaded now for Andre Ethier. Pedro Strop has come in. There's a line shot. Through the hole, a base hit. That's going to score a run. 4-1 Dodgers. They've turned it on late here. We'll move bottom of the ninth. Anthony Rizzo up there in a 3-run game and a man on. Saito's the new pitcher. Rizzo goes to second. Play made there. Relay to first. Not in time. So the Dodger closer on here will face Wilson Contreras. That one's dribbled to third. That's going to be a tough play. Throw is not in time. So the Cubs, with a little bit of a rally here with one out, they're going to bring the tying run to the plate in the name of Jason Hayward. Hayward lines a shot to left. That's going to get down there. The bases are loaded for the Cubs as they rally here in the ninth. The winning run's at the plate. Catcher Alex Avila is going to pinch hit. Saito in all types of trouble. Let's see what happens here. Drama at Wrigley Field. Strike three. Avila strikes out. He cannot come through. So there's 2 outs here for Zobrist, who's usually a clutch hitter. Let's see what happens here. 2 outs, 9th inning. This one's hit to first. Play's going to be made there. Garcia Parra steps on the bag, and the Dodgers escape with the win here in Game 2. Making it 4-1 and getting just an inspired performance by 40-year-old Greg Maddux. 1 earned run in 8 innings of work. He had a no-hitter going for the first 4 innings. Kyle Hendricks pitched well for the Cubs, but could not be perfect kind of as much as Maddox was, but still a great pitching matchup. And Garcia Parra, 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a run, 2 walks, and some nice defensive work at first. Nomar, a nice game. Saito got the save. And the Dodgers come right back and tie the series at 1 after a nice performance there and send this series to California all even up. Looking at game number 3, Jose Quintana for the Cubs will face off against Brad Penny. It's Dodger Stadium where action continues now. This is now a best of 5. The Dodgers have picked themselves up, and we got a good series going. So let's see who can get the advantage. Game 3 coming up. 17 Cubs and 06 Dodgers just ahead. Dodger Stadium, 2nd inning. Runners on the corners for Addison Russell. Russell's going to line this one into the gap. On the run, the right fielder. He's going to make the play. Nice play out there by Drew. Runner will tag and score. 1-0 Chicago. We move to the 4th. Ethier up there against Quintana, who is not allowed a hit. Ethier is going to drop this one, however, into the gap. That's the first Dodger hit. Ethier in there with a double here in the 4th inning. And Jeff Kent is the hitter. Kent's going to drive one to center field. That's going to drop, and a run's going to score. So Jeff Kent with an RBI, and this game is now tied at 1. We move to the 6th inning. Anthony Rizzo up there with Chris Bryant on first base. Rizzo's going to dribble one over the head there of the shortstop, and it's 1st and 2nd for the Cubs with 2 outs in the 6th, and Wilson Contreras the hitter. Contreras, however, strikes out. Penny gets him, and that'll do it for the Cubs here in the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, J.D. Drew with the runner on second. Drew will hit this one to third. Bryant cannot handle it, so Chris Bryant bobbles the grounder, and he takes the error. The runners on the corners for Jeff Kent. Quintana in a jam. Here's a shot to right. Caught out there by Hayward. Throwing the plate is going to be late. So the Dodgers take a 2-1 lead on the sacrifice fly. We're into the 7th inning where Addison Russell is up with 1 out. Russell drives one deep to left. That's way back there. That's going to get into the gap. Russell with a 1-out double as the Cubs look to tie this game up if possible. Schwarber's the hitter now. Schwarber flies one to left, but that should be playable. Ball dropped, however, out there. Ethier mishandles it. An error. The runner couldn't score because he thought it was going to be caught. So we got runners on the corners now for Javi Baez. 2-1 ball game. Baez, however, will strike out. So he's the 2nd out. And John Jay, the hitter for the Cubs. Jay's going to ground one to second. It gets through the hole, and a run will score for the Cubs. Throw with a 3rd runner beats it 2-2 tie as John Jay comes through. The air comes back to haunt the Dodgers. And Chris Bryant now facing Joe Baimel. Bryant's going to hit one too short. Play the short way will be made by Furcal. 7th inning stretch. We are tied at 2 at Dodger Stadium. Russell Martin now the hitter. Martin will drop it in there for a single to right field. Tight game here in Game 3. Wilson Benjamin the hitter. Benjamin will strike out. Uhara gets him. Kenny Lofton now hitting with a 1 out. Lofton will hit it to center field. Play will be made there. Haps got it. 2 outs for Furcal. Runner on second. Furcal will line this one to center field. That's going to be a tough play. Coming on is Hap on the run to make it. So the Dodgers can't score here in the 7th. 2-2 is our game. We're in the 8th inning. Rizzo up there with a 1 out against Jonathan Broxton. Rizzo takes ball 4. So he's on with a 1 out. And Contreras the hitter. Strikeout again for Contreras. He swings through it on an 0-2 pitch. Broxton gets him. We're bottom of the 8th now. Andre Ethier, the hitter. Ethier takes ball 4 from Justin Wilson. And Garcia Parra, the hitter. Garcia Parra strikes out as Brian Dunson gets him. Here's J.D. Drew with a 1 out. Drew will hit this one to second. Play made there. Relay. It's going to be a 4-6-3 for the Cubs. Double play. We're in the 9th inning. Tie game here. Addison Russell leading off the 9th inning. Dodger closer in the game, Saito. This is grounded to short. Furcal's got it. 2 outs now for Baez, who can give the Cubs the lead with 1 swing. He strikes out, however. We'll move bottom of the 9th. The Dodgers looking to walk it off. Wade Davis has come in to face Jeff Kent. Kent's going to go to first, but Rizzo with that dependable glove is there. 2 outs now for Russell Martin. Martin's going to get a 2-out hit here up the middle. It's only the 6th Dodger hit of the evening. Emmets the hitter. Redmond will hit this one hard, but on the run, a diving catch out there. It is Jason Hayward proving his Gold Glove worth. What a play by Hayward. He completely extends, makes the play with his long reach, and great instincts. 2-2, we're in the 10th inning. John Jay now leading it off. Full count. There's strike 3. Saito gets him. Chris Bryant up there now with 1 out. Bryant hits one deep to left. That ball's got a chance. It's curling if it's fair. It is. Home run for Bryant. He breaks the tie here in the 10th inning. The big Cub slugger here with a big shot. 3-2's our score. We'll move bottom of the 10th. Davis now looking to make that lead hold up. Julio Lugo at the dish. Fly ball to center field. Coming on his hap. He's got it. First out here for the Dodgers. Here's for call. The Dodgers need a rally, but that's on the inside corner. Strike 3. Davis gets the strikeout, and now it's down to Andre Ethier, the last hope for the Dodgers. He strikes out swinging, and the Cubbies win game number 3. Wade Davis closes the door, and Chris Bryant, the hero, with a hooking home run in the 10th inning. Bryant 3 for 4, a home run, an RBI, and a run. Jose Quintana and Brad Penny battled it out early. They both pitched well. It was a tight game all the way to the end. But the Cubs hang on and win this one 3-2 to take a 2-1 lead in this series and force now at least a return back to Wrigley. They would love to close it out, but long ways to go till then. Moving forward in game number 4, it is Jake Arrieta against Marks Hendrickson. Arrieta not having the same year he had in 16 and 17, but still can be dominant. Hendrickson, a little bit of a journeyman, ready to take the mound for the Dodgers. Some very, very good and very close ball games up to this point. Game 4 now, a crucial game for Los Angeles. They want to tie it up at home. The Cubs with a chance to move further ahead here as Arrieta looks to win it for Chicago. Let's head out now to Dodger Stadium after a great Game 3 and see what Game 4 has in store. Bottom first inning, runners on the corners for J.D. Drew against Arrieta. Here's a ground ball to first. Rizzo will take it himself, but a run's going to cross the plate here. And the Dodgers take the 1-0 lead. Top of the second for Addison Russell. Russell lines one deep to center field. That ball's going to get all the way to the wall and off the wall. Russell on to second. Runner moving to third. We got second and third here for the Cubs in the second with 2 down. And Jason Hayward, the hitter. Hayward hits one to center field, but that might be playable out there. Deep, but coming over is Anderson, and the Cubs can't break through, so the 1-0 score remains. Wilson betting it now against Arrieta here in the second. This one's lifted into deep left field the other way, and that's going to go out of the yard, the opposite field. A solo home run for Wilson. 2-0 Dodgers here in the second inning and early in this ball game. Is now up there, top of the third. Hales will go up the middle. That ball's going to get through with Arrieta on base, and the Cubs got first and second with nobody out. Another rally, and John Jay, the hitter. Jay's going to lift one deep to left field. That ball's got some ride to it. That's going to get into the gap. 1 run in. Here comes Baez. He's going to score. Jay has a triple. He beats the throw, and it's 2-2 now. The Cubs come right back to tie this ball game. A triple for Jay. And now Chris Bryant with the chance to put the Cubs up, and he'll do just that, dropping a single in front of the right fielder. It is 3-2 Cubs. Big third inning here for Chicago. Contreras lifts one now down the line. That's a fair ball. Moving to third is Bryant. He's going to come around to score. It is 4-2 Cubs. A big inning for Chicago. Wilson Contreras with an RBI. Oh, we'll move bottom third. 2 outs here. Arrieta facing Jeff Kent in a big spot. Kent's going to go to third. Another bobble there by Bryant. A big error this time. His second error in as many games. And that's going to score a run. 4-3 the score. Cubs should have been out of the inning. Bryant can't make the play. The inning continues for Wilson betting it. There's a strikeout. Arrieta gets out of it, but it's a 1-run game. An exciting game number 4 here in LA. Here's Marlon Anderson. We're in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. Anderson will go deep down the line and right. With a man on, Anderson heading all the way to third. Throw is to third. A run's going to score. We have a tie game. The Dodgers have scored in every inning in this ball game. It is now 4-4. And J.D. Drew with the chance now at the plate. He takes ball 4. So 2 outs here. Runners on the corners for Garcia Parra. This one's lifted to right field, but should be playable. And the game remains tied now as we move to the 5th. Wilson Contreras, the hitter. Ground ball up the middle. That ball is going to get through. The 11th Cub hit early in this ball game. The Cubs' bat's really on fire in this game. Ian Happ, the hitter. Switch hitter at the plate. Happ goes back to the mound. Plays made at second. Relay to first. Double play. The Dodgers get out of this threat. Cubs fail to score here in the 5th. We'll move bottom 6th, 4-4 tie. J.D. Drew now facing John Lackey, who came out of the pen. There's a base hit to right field. Runner's going to round third. Throw to the plate's going to be close. Here's the call. Safe. An RBI single by Drew. 5-4 the Dodgers take the lead. Bases loaded. 2 outs now for Ethier. He goes back to the mound. Plays made there by Lackey. So the inning's over. The Dodgers leave them stranded. But they do get the lead. John Jay up there now in the 7th. Jay lifts was this one deep to right field. The little man showing power and going out of the park. A 3-2 pitch for Jay. Tying this game up at 5. Whoa, where did that power come from? 5-5 game. We move bottom 7th. Lackey facing 10th. This is a base hit just past Russell. Kent on here to lead off the 7th inning. Cutting it now, the hitter. This is lined up the middle. There's a hit for the Dodgers. Kent's going to move to third. So Los Angeles now rallying here quickly. Runners on the corners. Nobody out for Russell Martin. Infield has come in. This is lifted over the drawn infield, and it's a base hit. Russell Martin puts the Dodgers back up in this back and forth ball game. 6-5 now, L.A. Bases loaded. Harris come in to face Marlon Anderson. This is grounded to the second baseman. Play will be made at home. They get the lead man. No double play on that effort. And J.D. Drew up now with 2 outs. He takes ball 4, a rare walk for Uehara, and the Dodgers walk in a run. It is 7-5 now. And Garcia Parra with a chance really to open it up. 2 outs, bases loaded. He grooves one into left field. 1 run in. Here comes the throw. It's a 2-run single for Garcia Parra. 9-5 Dodgers. Really putting the hammer down as we move to the 9th, but the Cubs just aren't done. 2 outs. Aaron Seeley's in the game. And Albert Almora has come in to pinch hit with the bases loaded. He represents the tying run. He goes to second, however. Furcal will make that play, and the Dodgers wrap up this ball game to even this series at 2. They win it 9-5, despite the late inning threat there by the Cubs. An exciting ball game in Los Angeles. A lot of runs for us. John Jay had a good game for the Cubs with a homer and a triple and 3 RBIs. Russell Martin 2 for 4 with 2 runs, and Garcia Parra 2 for 3 is having a good series. 2 RBIs. Lackey takes the loss for the Cubs. Dustin's the win for the Dodgers. And the wrap-up is 13 hits for L.A., 15 for the Cubs, but the Cubs still go down by 4. A 4-run 7th inning, breaking the game open, giving the Dodgers the edge. Jake Arrieta wasn't dominant by any means, and the Dodgers climb back in this series. So we are even now, 2 games apiece. It's been very exciting. It's a best of 3 now. We'll see what happens. The last game in Los Angeles coming up here shortly. It's John Lester against Derek Lowe. Game number 5, always crucial. See who will take the lead going back to the Midwest. So let's head out live. It's been a very good series. Another one presented to you here by Out of the Park Baseball 20. Let's head out to Chavez Ravine for game number 5, series even at 2. So the series tour of Los Angeles wraps up here. Game number 5, we're in the bottom of the first inning, and the Dodgers have something going here with Jeff Kent. And Kent is going to get some extra bases and get some RBIs with that double or more. He's headed for third. It's going to be a triple. 2-run score for the Dodgers on the Jeff Kent first inning extra base hit. 2-0 here early. We'll move to the third. Addison Russell on third base. Don Jay is going to hit this one to the outfield, and Jay's going to get an RBI as Russell scores. So the Cubs cut the lead here 2-1. Now first and second for Ian Happ and 2 outs. Lowe delivers. There's a line drive to right. That's going to drop in there. Tying run's going to try to score. He will. It is 2-2. Ian Happ with an RBI single, so the Cubs bounce right back here in the third. Bottom 3, J.D. Drew facing Lester. And Drew's going to go to left this time, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Runner hit in third. He's going to hold up. So Drew now keeps this inning going, and Jeff Kent up there again, who already has 2 RBIs with a chance to break this tie. And Kent's going to pop it up, however. That's going to be a play that Rizzo's going to make. And that'll end the threat here in the third. 2-2 tie. Bottom 4th, Russell Martin up there with 1 out. Martin goes deep to left. That ball's got some carry. That's going to break our tie. Home run for the Dodger catcher. 3-2 here our score. He takes Lester deep on a solo shot. Wilson Betterment now. We're in the 4th inning in this 3-2 game. Betterment goes deep to left or right center, all the way to the wall. That's going to get just over. Betterment with the solo home run. The Dodgers showing off some muscle here in Game 5. 4-2 the score. 5-2 will move to the 6th. Rizzo up there as the Cubs trail now. Rizzo does a job on a baseball his own way, and that ball is all the way out of here. So the ball carrying out of Dodger Stadium here on this day game, and Rizzo cuts the lead to 5-3 as he hits his first home run of the series. But the Dodgers knocking on the door again. J.D. Drew with 2 on and only 1 out. He lines a base hit to center field. That's going to give the Dodgers a cushion. 2 runs are going to score. 7-3 Los Angeles. 9-3 as we move to the 9th. Schwarber up there with 2 outs. He'll hit it back to the mound. That's an easy play. Bemo makes it, and the Dodgers finish off this ball game and win the last game here in Dodger Stadium before they head back to the Midwest, but they've done it now, putting all of the pressure on the Cubs, leading this series 3-2. A convincing win here in game number 5. Derek Lowe pitched very well, 12 strikeouts for Lowe. J.D. Drew 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Rizzo had a home run, but Betterman and Martin also went deep. Lester took the loss, and the Dodgers are 1 game away from upsetting the Cubs, as this series moves now to Chicago and Wrigley Field, and the Cubs need to win 2 in a row to take this series. Joe Maddon has work to do on his team, and the Dodgers are going to throw to the mound Greg Maddux, the former Cub great, to try and close out the series against Kyle Hendricks. Maddux in his first start was brilliant. He had everything going, and I would say he's in a groove. It's going to be tough for the Cubs, but at home, Game 6, they have nothing to lose here, and Kyle Hendricks is the man of the moment for them. So let's head out to Wrigley Field. Game 6 coming up. The Dodgers looking to close out this series. The Cubs looking to force Game 7. So to Wrigley Field we go. Game number 6 on the way, and we are in the top of the 2nd with Russell Martin at the plate and 2 outs. Here's a fly ball to right field. That ball's got some carry. Coming over is Hayward to drop it. And it was a miscommunication in right field between Hayward and Hep. And the ball drops, and we got runs for the Dodgers. Disaster for the Cubs. They let up a run there needlessly in the second inning. We move to third. Garcia-Parra up. And he hits one to short. Nice play there by the shortstop. Turns the double play. Yes, Russell starts the double play. The Cubs get out of that jam. And 1-0's our score here. Maddox pitching well here early again. Addison Russell facing him in the third inning. And Russell's going to go deep all the way into the corner in right field. So there's a hit for the Cubs. Russell has a double. Fans appreciate it. Russell now to third with Baez up there and only one out. Strikeout. Maddox gets Baez, outfools him there for the second out of the inning. We'll move to the fourth. Jeff Kent at the plate with a one out. Kent is going to go deep to center. That ball's got some carry. That park is not going to hold this one. Jeff Kent, another one deep to center field. A bomb for 390 feet. 2-0 Dodgers. Maddox doing it again here. Sixth inning. Andre Ethier, the hitter. Ethier takes Hendricks deep to right. The park won't hold that one either, and it's 3-0 Dodgers. Ethier homers to right field, and it is 3-0 now. Seventh inning. Brian Dunson on to face J.D. Drew. The Dodgers looking to add more, and Drew's looking to do it himself. Into the corner, a home run to right. J.D. Drew, the third solo bomb for the Dodgers. It is 4-0 now. We move to the top of the ninth. Garcia-Parra facing Stroke. 2 on, 2 out. Garcia-Parra back up the middle. One run's going to score, make it 2. It is 6-0 Dodgers. All of Los Angeles here in game number 6. Greg Maddox pitching a shutout. We're here in the ninth inning. John Jay, the hitter, with a one on. This one's hit hard by Jay. That's going to be over the right fielder's head. Runner heading to third. He's going to try to score. Jay with the triple, and the shutout is broken by the Cubs, but very, very late in this game. Baez scores. Maddox is pulled out of this one after a brilliant effort. 2 outs now. Ian Hep facing Giovanni Carrara. And the Dodgers end the series. Carrara pitches. This one's looped. Coming out to shortstop to make the play for Cowles. Got it. Celebrations for the Dodgers here at Wrigley Field. They won the last 3 games in a row to take this series in 6. 6-1 our final today. And the star once again was the former Cub, Greg Maddox, who went into the ninth with a shutout, allowed only 5 hits, struck out 4, was just brilliant in this one. J.D. Drew 2 for 4 with a number of extra base hits. Kyle Hendricks in vain pitched well for the Cubs. Drew, Ethier, and Kent with solo home runs, and the Dodgers pull the upset. They knock off Joe Madden and the 17 Cubs, 4-2. What a series it was for the Dodgers, especially for 40-year-old Greg Maddox. What a series, 2-0. 10 hits allowed in those 2 games, 1.10 ERA. I'm going to go ahead and anoint him the MVP from now. Looking at some of the Dodger players, Garcia-Parra, a great series. He hit over 500 with 5 RBIs. J.D. Drew drove in 7. Ethier with 4, all with good averages. Russell Martin hit 450 in the series. The Dodgers also pitched it well. Broxton did not allow a run in his 2 innings of work. Aaron Seeley, Brett Tomko, good in their limited action. Saito lost the game as the closer, but he also pitched okay. Derek Lowe got hit a little bit in his 2 starts, but survived. And Greg Maddox, of course, there in the middle, along with Brad Penny, who had a good start. The heroes for the Dodgers. For the Cubs, John Jay, the unlikely hero, hit 320 with 7 RBIs. Rizzo 304 with only 2 RBIs, but from there on, the Cubs struggled. Baez only 240 with an RBI. Russell only 238. Chris Bryant did okay, but only drove in 2. The Dodger pitching pretty much in control. Kyle Hendricks pitched okay in his 2 starts, but couldn't get a win. He struck out 13. John Lester got hammered a little bit, especially in the second start. And the Cubs pen had a bunch of issues. Rondon, Strop, Dunson, and there's Jake Arrieta, who in his start really struggled in both of them, actually. I believe the Cubs lost. Actually, they won Game 1 with Arrieta, but ended up losing Game 4, which started their slide. So the Dodgers take the series. Greg Maddux, the MVP. They take it in 6 games. The stalwart Hall of Famer Maddux, just wonderful. 2-0, 16 innings of work, 2 earned runs allowed, only 1 home run, only walked 2 with 9 strikeouts, 196 opposing batting average, and a .73 whip for Maddux. Wonderful work there. This series is complete. We tip our hat to the Dodgers, who get it done in 6 games over the Cubs. So that'd be a wrap here for another exciting series. This one an upset. Out of the Park Baseball 20. Our game engine, as always. Hope you're enjoying the action. We'll be back with you shortly, but in this one, it's the 2006 Los Angeles Dodgers upsetting the 17 Chicago Cubs 4 games to 2. So long.